Yeah, I think if the improvement continues in the rest of the world, it'll probably spill over at least to some extent into Europe. I think what one needs to do here is sort of take a step back and think, really what's going on here is that the market is repricing for the reality. I think that we're going to have significantly slower growth, if not recessions, in many places, because the kind of public health policy response to this problem is to slow down economic activity. So the role of economic management in this, both fiscal and monetary, is to kind of cushion the blow and ensure that the financial sector and the financial system continue to function properly. And I think we've seen a number of moves in that regard, and I think they're going to work. The trouble here is that, for example, Madame Lagarde's comment that they're not there to close spreads, while in some sense it may be true, is a little bit unhelpful at this juncture. President Trump's ban on travel from Europe is also, singularly unhelpful because what it signals is that leadership is there, but it's kind of closing things down rather than moving towards cooperation and coordination, which is what's going to be needed most to solve this problem in the quickest possible way.
I just want to bring everyone up to speed on the on the European futures picture, the opening calls. Let's bring up that chart and just give you a look at where we are sitting now, because given the move that we have seen in, of course, the US futures, a little bit of recalibration to be done, and it looks as though we will see a positive open right across the European markets today. London called up by 269 points. Are you putting money to work, Arnab, in these markets at this current moment in time, or is the volatility just too much to stomach?
Well, I think the volatility, has been very extreme. There's a lot of concern about some of the markets around the world, including U.S. Treasuries, becoming, somewhat, at least temporarily, dysfunctional. I think our view is that these sorts of sort of micro issues that are hitting lots of markets will pass, since the Fed and others are acting in such a concerted and sizable way. So I think, for portfolios and for investors where we can take a long horizon kind of view, we're looking at, what's the right time to sort of step in here. And I think that's the way people should think about this, right? If you've got a short horizon, this is a difficult time. If you can take the long view, these kinds of dislocations often, create some significant opportunities, again, for the significantly long term. And I think here, what one has to think is, how long is this problem going to take to manage down and then to solve? In China, it appears to have been concentrated in one quarter, and in, probably in Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, someplace in Japan, where the public health response has been very strong and very concerted. I suspect the market will fear that in the West, this is going to take at least one quarter, if not a bit longer. And so therefore, we'll have some challenges for a few months yet, if not longer. So that's why I emphasize, the horizon really matters here.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.